solve equations with polynomial expressions. You can see here that we have a polynomial expression on the left side of the equal sign and also the right side of the equal sign. And so the first thing we're going to do is we're going to follow PEMDAS, and it's our parentheses, right? And so here we cannot combine any like terms, so then we're going to move on to distributing out the -2. So let's go ahead and distribute out the -2 there and there. And so we'll get -2w minus 2 plus w is equal to 7 minus 4w. Right. Now what are we going to do? We're going to look on the left side of the equal sign and see if there are any like terms that we can combine. It's right there. So -2w plus w is going to be -w minus 2 is equal to 7 minus 4w. So now that we're here, the strategy we want to use is to get the terms with the variable on one side of the equal sign and everything else on the other side of the equal sign. Right? So I'm going to move the -4w to the left side of the equal sign. So let's say plus 4w on both sides. I will get 3w minus 2 is equal to 7. And then I need to move my -2 to the other side of the equal sign, so I'm going to have add 2 to both sides of the equal sign, and I'll get 3w is equal to 9. Now I want to isolate my variable, so I'm going to do that by dividing both sides of the equal sign by 3, and I get w is equal to 3, and that is my answer. Okay. Now we're looking at the second problem down here. Right. And so how are we going to solve this one? Well, you can see we have the same distribution that needs to happen not only here, but here and there and there. So let's go ahead and do that. We'll get a w squared, because when we multiply two variables with the same base, you add the exponents, right? So 1 plus 1 is 2. And then we have a plus 3w plus w squared minus 6w plus 35 is equal to w squared minus 5w plus w squared plus 7w. Alright, so now we're going to go ahead and combine our like terms. And so what do we get? We have 2 here, so it's going to become 2w squared. I'm going to combine these two like terms, and that is going to become -3w. And then I have my 35. So that is going to be equal to, I'm going to combine my two like terms on the other side of the equal sign. So I get 2w squared, and then I have my terms with the w. So how do I deal with that? I am going to get plus 2w. Alright, so now what am I going to do? Well, I want to subtract 2w squared from both sides. Right? I'm going to move this over. So I'll subtract 2w squared minus 2w squared. And that gets rid of the problematic w squared, right, which allows us to solve this equation. And so I'm going to get -3w plus 35 is equal to 2w. Alright, and so now you should be feeling a little less anxious because we got rid of the w squared. Now I'm going to add 3w to both sides. And I'm going to get 35 is equal to 5w. Of course, I'm going to solve for w by dividing both sides by 5. And I am going to get w is equal to 7. And that is my final answer.